The month I stopped fighting the unknown. January 2026. Hey guys. So if you've been on the channel at all, you may have seen my 31 days of experiment in January where I recorded field entries every day for our daily learnings and posted them as shorts. It's still a practice I keep today, as you can see. However, it's not every day. I cannot post a short. So what I was thinking is every month we could do an archive and I could walk you through the field entries that resonated the most for the month or that I learned the most from. Obviously I'm a little behind, so I suggest we start with January. And what I was thinking is, you see this journal is decorated with some coffee dyeing, and the goal is to have it feel lived in. And the theme of this is a gamified journal, and the theme is Jurassic. So I wanted to feel like a field explorer little book. However, our daily entries are just a plain paper. Well, plain. We drew some things, we put down some colors. But what I was thinking is, as I walk you through the field entries that hit me the most for the month, not all of them, don't worry, but as I do that, I could also dye the pages to show that these were the most lived in lessons of the month, kind of. So let me know how you like that or no, and let's get started. Because January was a weird month, honestly. Well, obviously the title says it, but it was really the month where I stopped fighting the unknown, and I just went with what I knew and hoped I would find my way. So that's kind of how it went for me. Some entries that hit me the most were field entry day 3. We started strong. We studied how resistance shape what endures, and how nothing is born smooth, and it's really the more you do it that it's smooth, and difficulty does not always signal error. Some obstacles are invitations to adapt, not retreat. And is this pressure destructive or shaping me? Which was interesting in a month where I was lacking a bit of direction. So this definitely are the first one that resonated. So I'm hoping it doesn't completely destroy our designs. Because this paper is Tomorrow River, and it loves moisture and coffee, as you could tell. But whatever. The goal is to make it feel lived in, so I don't care if it warps a little bit. Might go late though. Especially like if there's just the Crayola markers, then obviously it's gonna destroy it, so. There it is. Another one that resonated with me was this day 6 one, which was what the mind keeps and what it releases. It allowed me to accept that forgetting fills space for what still calls me back, and what I repeat becomes part of my terrain, which kind of resonates with this guy too. And that I really want to choose what deserves deepening. So that also guided me through more not purpose, because I always have purpose, but direction for a month where it felt like there was a lot of unknowns and the future wasn't clear. So yeah, there's a second one. Don't judge the sponge, by the way. It's just a little Tomorrow River helper sponge. And the very next day, there was also this entry that resonated. It was the power of in-between states, which again, remember, I'm in January. I felt not inadequate, but I felt behind. But this reminded me that the in-between states are also important, and that uncertainty can signal transition, not failure, and that I do not need to decide yet how to be progressing, and that holding still can be an active skill. So yeah, and I like the quote was, the edges teach what the center cannot. So I really, you see the theme, right? So that also resonated with me. I'm trying to go light, but whatever. As I said, this is meant to feel lived in, so it should destroy a bit of, as long as I could still refer to the teachings, because I do like to do that. And while I'm tapping everywhere, I don't know if you're a texture person or no, you can let me know. But this paper as it is, it gives the best quench. So once it's dried and even more textury, like, oh, it's just so good. But anyways, I don't want to do every page, but I like that we're reviewing the entries that taught us a lot. So there's also this one on day 10, was how small additions become weight. So again, it's the idea of like the little habits compounding to something bigger. So I'm always building, even when I feel idle. Direction matters more than speed. So as long as I have that purpose in me, you know I can get back to it. So there's a lot of color in this one. We'll try not completely destroy. Oh, that's fun. These are not alcohol markers. I don't got them from the dollar store, but you see how they bleed more? Ooh, I like that actually. We might do it on purpose though. Let the water bleed. It's even more natural. I love it. So yeah, all of these we're reviewing. I know we're skipping a few pages, but they're all as shorts on the channel. And you can obviously pause and read through. So yeah, let's skip. Oh yeah, if you're wondering, I'm not the best at math, but I do know that 9 goes before 10. But some pages skip, like, we're stuck together. So I skipped day 9, then went back to day 10 and 11, and then did 12 here. It's normal. Just stay with me. So on this day, we went over how questions open what certainty cannot. And it helped me find back the creativity that could provide more guidance for me in the month where I was lacking a bit of direction and inspiration. So not inspiration necessarily, but time to do what I wanted. And yeah, curiosity, being curious is something that gives me my energy back. So this was a good reminder. I can replace I know with I wonder without losing ground. Questions create room to move where answers lock me in place. I have glue everywhere, sorry. Curiosity is a quieter, stronger lever than insistence. And yeah, curiosity finds seams. So it was just a fun reminder of that. So let's get her done as well. I should stop doing the border like that. Curls. Alert! Curly Tamor River. By the way, I'll put it in the description if I remember, but this is a Sterling ink planner. I hope if she sees this, she doesn't take offense that I'm destroying it with coffee. But I'm kind of not, but it's the theme. And it's holding great, mostly. Except the cover, but it's cardboard. Like it's normal. So hopefully you see it as a mark of respect and not a destroying move. I'm just making it my own. Day 13 was also interesting. Day 12, page 13. We went into limits that preserve life, and that stopping can be an act of care, not fear, and more is not always progress, and that I can ask what my environment can truly bear today. That allowed me to move from curiosity to like take a break. And that was much needed in January to get centered again and chill down, because I was stressed out, I'm not gonna lie. I'm loving this YouTube thing. I'm just, yeah, I have so many ideas, not a lot of time. But these daily things, I hope inspire you as much as they did me. And if you're not doing that already, I strongly suggest that you would. There's an upcoming systems video on my daily field entries. I'll show you how I do that, how I come up with things every day, and how it's randomized. So that should be coming up soon, so make sure you stick with us. Day 13. Not the prettiest spread, but we learned important things, which is how living systems can learn their way forward, and that mistakes can be signals, not stains, that fast, gentle corrections matter more than flawless intent, and that I can adjust without self-punishment, which I was doing many experiments at the time with life habits, with, again, YouTube content. So that was a good reminder and helped also shape the month. So there it is. I told you not every page. I know we're painting along, but it's also something I feel like I've been wasting on the channel, to just chat and go crazy with our sponge and our coffee. I mean, if you enjoy the smell of coffee, this is also a great experience for the aromas. However, it's old, expired instant coffee, but whatever, it works. So here it is. Next up, we're going to skip ahead a few pages. Feel free to stop and read through that. On day 17, we learn the point where effort changes, and that at the threshold, small additions create outsized changes. So it was a good reminder that I may be closer than it feels. If you're developing something new and new skills, you might feel behind, but you may be closer than you feel. And that frustration can signal nearness, not failure. And consistency reveals threshold that force never will. So again, sticking with our theme. And honestly, we're in March right now, and I could tell you these really did it for me. I'm in a very much better state, and I could see reviewing everything. It's really interesting because it's hindsight, but seeing the way we progressed in the field entries, I'm not surprised that I feel better. It really allowed me to have these thoughts and a runner, and let myself experience and take it slow and take a break. And yeah. This is making a lot of sense. We're reviewing it 2 months later. There was also 21 here, day 20, which was compressed ages, and this was going into the progress may be invisible while it's forming, so kind of it's reminiscent of the day before. Or again, we skipped days because probably pages were stuck. Whatever, doesn't matter. It's what we learned that matters. Pressure does not always destroy, sometimes it preserves fossils. I can trust slow layering over sudden proof. And yeah, yet a reminder to, it's not because you're not seeing crazy progress that you're actually not progressing. And you're not destroying anything by taking breaks sometimes. It's just preserving. We'll go thin near the drawing just in case. I think, yeah, less is more for this paper. You'll notice I'm not letting it dry in between. That's fine. Feel lived in. You have to give up. Are you a perfectionist? If so, are you having a moment? It'll be fine. Don't worry. It dries. It's perfect. I showed you. Proof of concept. Look how beautiful. See? It's worth it. And we're almost there. I had also the moss, because also we study nature sometimes. And on that day, it was moss that measures time, and it taught us that I can grow without pressing forward, that sideways progress still counts, and that gentleness can be strategic. And again, I hope you're seeing all these compound into the kind of the theme of the month. And I'm not sure how it all worked out that way. Sometimes life just does. But reviewing it is very interesting, because it's exactly what I needed to hear during that time. So it's interesting. It's also a good reminder 2 months later as well, because we'll have our own our future February and March archive. But being in it right now, yeah, I also feel much better. But I have so many ideas and I want to do so much more, and I'm lacking time. So I'm trying to remind myself of these things, which is also okay. So yeah, let's push on. We're almost done. On day 24, we studied the amber beneath ash, and this awoken that my quieter seasons are not empty, that rest can be preservation, not retreat, and that I can trust warmth that does not perform. Again, I'm not gonna go much more into that because I feel like I just repeated the same thing, but it's another entry that also offered this lovely reminder to chill I'm not gonna swear, to chill down, to relax, that everything's coming, or is not because you're just not seeing exactly, you're not feeling as you're progressing a lot, that it's not happening. And I mean that like life habits or other career, like it's good advice, I feel, for many situations. It's interesting. I like how it bleeds, actually. Oh, this is so much fun. And again, it's not because the ones we don't pay, we didn't learn anything. I'm just going into the ones that were most lived in for me. There you are. This little guy. The edge of the molt on day 26. We learned that outgrowing something is not betrayal, that tender phases are part of the strength, and that I can retreat while I reshape. And this, for me, I don't know if it's dumb. I won't say it's dumb, but it was really the moment where I decided to give up on the daily shorts of these field entries, if I'm being honest, because it was taking a lot in my day. And sometimes I do have a full-time job. I do a YouTube on the side, and it reminded me that it's okay that I outgrew the shorts, and that I can retreat and reshape a bit of the channel direction to match the real life for now. So yeah, so I still decided to finish the month, obviously, but I stopped doing shorts. It was decided on this day, so that's interesting to revisit. On the 29th, which it was a struggle bus of this drawing. You could see that on the short, but we studied the compass in the chest. It's a compass in a chest, you know? Is it a chest? Well, let's call it an artistic interpretation. On that day, we learned that my body offers data without drama, that pause clarifies direction, and that listening early prevents overcorrection later. So that was just drilling in the fact that I was a little, not tired, but I was overextending myself with the daily shorts, if I'm honest. And I had fun doing it, and I made a whole system to make it more fluid, but it would take all the day I had for YouTube every day. So then I couldn't push the rest of the channel further. Also have different channels, if you didn't know. But, so I had to change that. But it was very interesting, and I still do my daily learnings. It's just not posting daily anymore, but I still want to provide these teachings to you if you think it's interesting. So there. And on our final days of our field entries, we learned that friction lines on stone, and where resistance becomes grip. So we learned that not all obstacles are enemies, that some resistance stabilizes me, and that the right challenge creates momentum. So despite all of this month being about accepting to slow down and take a break and that retreat was fine, I still wanted to remember, or it still helped me to remember, that I love a good challenge. I kind of like chaos. Which I don't know. It might be healthy, it might not be. But still, rest is good. Slowing down is good. Changing direction and all of that. But also that some resistance is also good and welcome. So this helps to end this month finding a good balance between all that, I think. What do you think? I would be very curious to know which one of these, or if there's one of them that you saw that I haven't read, if one of those resonated with you more. Please do let me know. There you go. And last but not least, also resonated with me. We learned about the long arc of starlight, a bit of astronomy. And it reminded us that some reactions are echoes, not present truth. And I may be responding to old light. Clarity sometimes requires checking the current sky. So yeah, just remember you might be acting on something that's behind you in the present, and to always look at the current sky. It was a good reminder to end the month and to also end our experiment of daily field entries as shorts. So that was my month of January. Do you even remember January? It feels so far away now. How was yours? Did you learn anything? Did you keep up with, did you have any New Year habits that you want to keep up with? You experimented a bit with? Let me know everything. So there we are in our final day 31st here that we're not going to paint, but if you wanted to see it, all of them. So do let me know in the comments. I also put up a quiz if you like these archives, if you have any ideas to improve them. And I don't know if they'd be more fun as live streams. I'm not opposed to it. So let me know what you think. And I'll talk to you soon about all that. Also, let me know if you had to pick my next video. Would you like to see the field entry system? Or would you like to see another system first? Let me know. Giving you a chance to see them all. There you go. Back to the Future. There we are. So thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you in next month's archives. Have a good day. Bye.